Welcome once again to another episode ya Sanii na Sanaa. I am your host MC Kipesa. Na mmemuona kwa screen zenyu. Ni aje Naomi?
Poa sana.
How you doing?
Yeah.
It is a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
Sasa Naomi, si utuambie umetoka wapi, mtaa yenyu umegrow wapi, light skin, umetoka wapi?
Naomi ametoka Kiambu.
Kiambu?
Yeah. No, I'm from Kiambu. Grew up there. I've known Kiambu as my home.
Since way back.
Well, yeah.
Chumvi umekula? Bado.
Tunaweza sema nimekula kidogo, but yeah, I come from Kiambu. If I tell people that I come from the village, they're like, you're lying. But I do come from the village, a place called Kifishoi.
Kifishoi?
Yes.
Kifishoi.
Kifishoi. Kifishoi. People from Nairobi call it Kibichoi.
Yeah,
but if you come from there, you call it Kifishoi.
Kifishoi.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I do come from Kibichoi, Kifishoi, Kiambu County in Githunguri, the land of milk and honey and coffee and a lot of agriculture. No, it's a very nice land.
Sasa yani, okay, so mikono yako imelima kidogo ama au kumbuki?
No, but I don't think my dad would have allowed for us to do that. Angekubali.
Ulikuwa last born, first born ama?
Nilikuwa last born for 17 years. 17.
So ulikuwa na privilege kubwa sana.
17 years.
Until you grew up.
And then my mom tells me, you're going to have a baby sister. A baby who?
Baby sister.
So now when I'm walking with her in town, everyone thinks she's my child.
Anyway,
because 17 years.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap. But I did enjoy last born privileges for over a decade. I mean, 17 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So where did you go to school? Still in the village?
I studied in a school called Mindbridge. It's in Kiambu. Then I went to a school in Nyeri for high school. I chose a school that is so far from home because I didn't want my dad to visit me all the time. My dad alikuwa attached na mimi. Alikuwa anasikia nenda mbali kidogo. In fact, alikata niende boarding school in primary. He was like, no, that's my baby. Aizi enda boarding school. But of course high school now he didn't have a choice. Unless he wants. Ama anataka kunipeleka zile day schools za ushago. So I went to a school in Nyeri called South Tetu Girls. Then cleared, went to University of Nairobi.
The University of Nairobi.
It's the, yeah, I keep forgetting the article. The University of Nairobi.
And what did you study there? Lakini ulipita, tuonge ulipita. Nilipita. Yeah, nilipita. Hawezi enda the University of Nairobi. Na hujapita. I studied Bachelor of Commerce. Majored in operations management, minored in marketing and HR. Okay. Kila kitu yenye umesema hapo sioni usanii lakini
aoni usanii. So the thing is, I started acting when I was very young. Nilianza na zile, I was Presbyterian. So zile ma plays za PCA.
Za kulina zilikuwa na competitions.
They were competitions. So that time Kenya didn't have county devolution. It was just, we weren't devolved as a nation. Ilikuwa tu zonals, provincials, districts, those things, Hey, sisi ni wazee, wewe ni mzee. So we used to have those competitions, zonals, district, provincials, and then nationals. Okay. Yeah. So I used to do a lot of that from when I was a very young girl. So I can say that I was trained as an actor from a very tender age. So my dad, I think, aliona niko na hiyo, my dad and my mom. I keep saying just my dad. My mom akiwatch interview atakuwa like, hey, please. My dad and my mom.
Yes.
My dad and my mom made sure that I got a lot of training from those teachers. Okay. I mean, alisema, let's take advantage. Kama wanataka kumtrain, and then she goes to the nationals, let's do it. So by the time I was even going to high school, I already knew that I want to be an actor.
So you joined the drama club, yani instantly?
From one, nilikuwa nisha join drama club, music. Form 4, no, because Form 4, in most schools, they don't allow you to go to the drama. They want you to concentrate on studying so that you, but I used to direct them. I'd be like, come, I teach you. Yeah. And then immediately, can I tell you, I finished my Form 4s today. The next day, I was in for an audition. Okay, I wasn't playing.
Where did you read about it?
I heard about it on Kiss 100.
You had
the audition
on Kiss
on an advert at Kiss 100. I was like, I'm going.
Na ilikuwa around Nyeri ama?
Ilikuwa, no. It was, so I finished, nimefunga, my dad comes, picks me up, Kiambu tumerudi. Then I hear about this group that wanted to do traveling theatre.
Okay.
Traveling theatre is, they do set books, so they travel all around the nation, just performing, right? So I go to the audition and they're like, yeah, just do it.
Do you want to tell us which group this was?
They used to call themselves Art Skills. Right now they are Art Skills Films. They stopped doing theatre, now they shifted completely to film.
Let me ask you this. Is it common for actors just to start with set books? Is it like the basic skills?
It used to be the common way, but I cannot tell you, I only did for 3 months and I quit. It was difficult. I was like, please, it's too difficult because you're not sleeping well.
Yeah.
You're traveling. Say today you're in Mombasa, but in the weekend you're supposed to be in Migori or Kisumu. You have to travel across, and you're not flying. You're driving. Hey.
Tachoka.
Hey. Hata unafika tu Nairobi hivi, unapumua hewa ya Nairobi and then you go to Kisumu. You don't have time. And by the time you're getting to that place, you're so tired. And then you're performing an entire book. Not just, a scene or a small thing. It's an entire book, not just one.
And not one character.
Not one character. Sometimes three books in a day. It's a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. So I, as a Kikuyu and a business person and a girl from Kiambu and someone who's pursuing Bachelor of Commerce, I did the math. I did the math and it wasn't mathing. So I also did the math of what the producer, the owner of the theatre group was making. I was like, what does it take for me to be that owner? So after coming back, I remember we just finished our tour in Mombasa. We did a show at a theatre called Cleopatra in Malindi. So after we were done, I went back to my room. Guys went out to party, but I went back to my room. I did the math, wrote down my vision, and I decided when we come back to Nairobi, I'm going to tell them to look for another actor because I'm not going back.
3 months in.
3 months in.
3 months in, unaona hapana. There's more.
There's more. This is not what I expected. I don't think this is it. There's much more than this. I think the industry has more to offer for me.
Okay.
So I came back to Nairobi, I quit. I'm not a quitter, but I quit. I quit that particular theatre, traveling theatre. Then now, fast forward, I opened my own theatre group. Mimi na Kina Hat the band tukafanya one production. That time hawakuwa Hat the band. It was just them as individuals. So we came together, did a show called Honey, I'm Home, it's a play. We staged it at the National Theatre. At that time I was daring because nilipatiwa school fees na my dad. I don't know if I should say this because my mom will crucify me.
It's a long time.
It's been a long time. Amenisamehea.
Yes,
I took a bit of school fees, not all of it.
Okay.
I put it into production because now I'm coming in as a producer to put up a show, right? So I did proper auditions, we did rehearsals, I paid for the rehearsal space, I paid for the hall. Nice. I did the flyers and the marketing and everything. Then we sold out. We sold out. I was in shock. I took that money, paid the fees.
So okay, so
they didn't find out. Yeah, but ingekuja time you're about to do your exams and then the fee is not complete, would have been a challenge.
Okay, so you dared, you took the risk.
So I took a risk. I didn't know whether it would bring back the return, and I think that's when I knew. Even when I'm an actor, I think I want to do more than acting. I want to do the business side of this field,
which is production.
Yeah. So that was my first encounter with producing. But then shortly after, my dad passed on, so I didn't have the zeal to go on. So I just concentrated majorly on school. Yeah. And then that point, at that point,
Ulimaliza shule?
Nilimaliza 2014. I graduated second class honors. Sikupata first class, but nilipata second class, which is not bad. Yes. And that's the time you decide, do you want to do corporate or do you want to pursue your talent?
Unataka kutafuta kazi na karatasi
ama unataka, you know,
na passion na ile.
But something interesting happened.
Yes.
That period, 2013, when my dad passed on, I retreated to church. Okay. So I started doing plays in church. Nikiwa nafanya one of the plays in church, there was a big show then, Mother-in-law. Ilikuwa inaitwa Mother-in-law. Siku hizi sijui kama bado iko. Ilikuwa Citizen. Bado Mother-in-law yuko, anatesa tu all the in-laws. Yeah. So there was a lady who used to come to that church. Okay. And she saw me act in one of the plays. And she was like, my goodness, nataka huyo msichana akuje Mother-in-law. Nice. So she called me, akaniambia, hi, my name is Tina. My name is Jackie. I'm Tina on Mother-in-law. So could you audition for a certain role that I saw? It's not a big one. You'll shoot in probably one day. And then you see how this goes. So simi nikaenda, hata sikukuwa na fare. She sent it to me because I mean I'm a student. Natoa wapi pesa ya kwenda? I live in Lower Kabete. Natoa wapi pesa ya kwenda Kahawa Sukari? You know. Yeah. So akanilipia the transport. So I go, I act, and then I get paid. And I get paid well. I get paid 13,000 for one day.
What?
Untaxed money. Okay, it was taxed, but that's net. I was like, hey, this is good.
Good money. 13K. Na time yote umejitolea uko church yani hapo ndio blessing yako.
Hapo tu ndio blessing yangu ilitoka. Aliniona nikiact kwa church. And then she was like, oh, I really like your talent.
This was like your first gig out.
It was my first gig on TV.
On TV.
Yeah.
And it was a big.
It was a big gig because this is Citizen. It's the most watched station. Yes. Back then, it was the most watched station, right? Then that day, let me say, favor would have it. Not luck. Favor would have it that our producer, her name is Catherine Wamoyo. She's now the head of content acquisition in Oro, right? So then she used to have two shows, Mother-in-law and Tahidi High. It happened that she was on set that day. And then she saw me. And she was like, come and tell me your story.
Hey, boo, come.
Come, just come and tell me. You're my kadota.
Like being in the right place
at the right time.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is favor, right?
It's favor. So I'm speaking to her and she's telling me, you know, you'd be a good fit for Tahidi. Okay. I'm like, you mean Tahidi High School? Like Tahidi? Tahidi was big back then. Akina OJ are there, Akina Sarah Hassan are there, you know. Yes. So I'm like, I mean, but how will that work? I'm in campus. He's like, just send me your schedule. I'm pretty sure we won't collide. Tuta work. We will see how to merge your schedule and ours. Turns out we only used to shoot sometimes weekends, and it's alternating weekends because we used to shoot at Nairobi School. But we shoot in between the week, there's students. So we'd shoot on the weekends, alternating weekends, Saturday, Sunday. We skip Saturday, Sunday, then we do the other one. Okay. Then when there's the school holidays, we shoot in bulk.
So kidogo nataka to understand that huku quit shule.
Si kuquit shule.
Wasanii tafadhali. Kama umelipiwa school fees, soma. Maliza. Sisi tumefika katikati umepata gig yako ya kwanza.
Yeah.
Nishapata job. Sinasoma ndo nipate job.
Siku quit.
Nilisoma. Lazima yani kuna venye zinafaa kubalance.
I made it clear to her, by the way, if I'm joining Tahidi High, I'll be joining with my school calendar.
Yes.
And I was a parallel student. So I didn't have a lot of free time. Tulikuwa na classes mob and my course was very rushed. Yes. Took me 2.5 years only. So unaweza imagine nilingia 2012 August, nilimaliza by 2014 I was done. So it was very rushed. And the conversation we are having with Catherine Wamoyo is 2013, actually 2013 towards the end of the year. So naenda kuingia my third, fourth year.
Hizi ndo times zenye ni critical.
It's critical sana. You've started to specialize. Hiyo ndio time nimeanza kujua nataka kuspecialize badala ya kufanya finance, nataka kufanya operations management. Then I see I can also major and minor in 2 subjects. So I'm also deciding, let me do marketing. Niliangalia kitu iko very close to what I love. Kitu iko close to TV ni marketing. So I'm like, let me, itakuja mahali compliment. And I'll tell you how that panned out for me later in terms of me being a business person, but also I'm Sanii, you know.
Sasa Tahidi High ndio hiyo step.
Nimeingia Tahidi High, it picks up immediately. Oh man, I'm earning and I'm in campus. At that point, nikaanza kujilipia hadi fees ingine, najilipia nyumba.
Ngoja.
It was very interesting.
Ngoja, yeah, this is a different breed right here. Ni mtu ana take up responsibilities. Ni last boy.
I used to be, by that time sistangu alikuwa my mom and my dad walikuwa wamepata my last born sister.
Yani umeamua
because yeah, because dad is gone now. He passed on 2013. By January 4th 2013 is when we did his funeral. So he's gone. He used to be the major breadwinner. So now it's my mom with a 1-year-old 3 months child, and my brother is also in campus. I have an older brother. He was in campus. So can you imagine the burden that my mom would have had of me being in campus, my brother is in campus, and they have a toddler. So it would have strained her. So my brother also started working, akajilipia fees. Of course, we got a lot of support from our family members. An auntie would call me, "Hi, Kathoni, how are you doing? I sent you 20,000 in your account, just check." And of course, that would make me feel better, right? Yes, so I did work through my campus and also, you know, paid for some of the things that I needed.
So you took up responsibility from when you started working?
From when I started working.
Okay, which is nice.
Yes.
Okay. Sasa
tumeenda Tahidi, tumemaliza.
Tahidi ulipiga miaka ngapi?
I left in 2016. So three years. My turnaround time is 2.5 years, 3 years in a program. So by the time I was getting to the 3rd year, I was like, I feel like I'm on a plateau. I need something a bit more challenging. Yeah, nasikia ni kama sina challenge hapa. You know, nataka kuji-challenge more. And I mean, it was one of the best platforms that I ever had. Starting on mother-in-law Tahidi, that's a blessing. Not many people start there. As you said, wase wengi wanaanza theater, wanafanya traveling na wanaifanya for years.
Na bado kuna na una stick hapo yani juu unafilika breakthrough yako ikam.
Haikuji, right? But I can guarantee if you push yourself just a little bit, there's something more than that. And I don't despise theater. I love it so much. I love it. I feel like if you're just there as an actor and you don't ever get to show the entire world what you do, then unanyima watu wengine chance ya kuona kenye uko nayo. Sindio? So nikamaliza Tahidi. When I left Tahidi, I'd already graduated. So I didn't look for corporate work, because I was like, let me use my talent and incorporate business in the talent. Yeah. Okay. So I left Tahidi, started to do extra roles on these other big platforms like Star Times, Maisha Magic. I didn't know where that would lead. And so after some time now, I got into a show called Mchungaji. It was on NTV. Did that for a couple of months. Then I joined a show called... No, I didn't join another show. What was the name of that show? It was being produced by... Yes, it was being produced by a lady called Dorothy Getuba. It was on Star Times. But I did a lot of extra roles, not really major roles or supporting roles. But I just wanted to get acquainted with how big sets operate. Because you see, Tahidi was a compact set. It was comfortable for
the actors
and the producers and the crew. It wasn't big. But you see, I'm getting now into Maisha Magic shows whereby you have 2 units. So there's one unit shooting somewhere else. There's another unit shooting somewhere else. This was, for me, it was like, oh, this is big. You know, I want to learn. So I went there. I used to accept extra roles. You know, I didn't mind that, you know, in Tahidi, you're a major character. And then here, you're coming to do extra roles.
Lakini ni ujuaji, unataka kujua.
Nataka tu kujua, ni nini uendelea. You know, nataka kugrow as an actor, nataka kujua what goes behind the scenes, nataka kujua everyone in the industry, nataka tu kujua. Like nilikuwa nimejituma. Na hiyo time ulikuwa, sengine unalipwa hata 500, some sets. Unalipwa tu 500. Mnapatiwa tu lunch, na ni extra. Mtu akisikia uko Tahidi anakuuliza, uko Tahidi na mbona uko hapa? Unajua?
Noma.
Ilikuwa noma sana. But you see, that opened me up to seeing the possibilities of what I can achieve in my industry as an actor. So my journey up until 2018-19 was purely acting. Niliproduce tu one show, hiyo yenye tulifanya na Kina Heart the band, and then I never produced another one because I wanted to learn the ropes. Uwezi kuwa producer kama ujui chochote. Uwezi kuwa producer, kuna but sana hata kujua the technique. The technicalities rather. You have to know the types of cameras, you have to know the directors, lights, utachezwa, utaenda kuoda kitu alafu mtu akwambie hii ndio camera the best ya movies, and then unaenda unapata ni camera si nzuri, you know. So you have to know. So I took that time to learn and learn and learn and learn. In that period though, I did host a show on KUTV. It's called The Budding Entrepreneur. I was trying out. Gig as well? It was a paid gig. Okay. It was a paid gig. I think I did it because I wanted to explore I wanted to explore facets of media. You know, what more can I do? I've always been curious. Inaweza fanya ama niachane na hii. So curiosity ndio inakuplace mali. Inakuplace places zingine. And then when you're young, you can do much. Yes. Do it. By the time you're getting to the older ages, utakushajua. By the way, I'm excellent at this, but I'm not very good at this. So you can specialize as you grow older. But when you're younger, cast your net wide. You know, so your time nikaanza ku-host show inaitwa Budding Entrepreneur. I interviewed several people. It was a nice show. It was a good run. Was it challenging for you? How was the reception? It was because I had to script, where I had to do research. Okay. As an actor, you don't script. You're given the script. Now this time round, you have to actually script. You have to do the research together with the producer. Yes. You have to write links. Be like, hi guys, welcome to the Budding Entrepreneur. This is your host Naomi Mburuh. It was quite something, you know. Yes. And then you have to do research on everybody that you're interviewing. Some of them you don't know, some you know, you know. Kama tu wewe, wengine unawajua, wengine wajui. You have to do proper research, and you can't get it wrong, right? So it was a bit challenging on that front because sijazoea kufanya script. So wengine hata producer alikuwa ananiambia, okay, I'll just do the script. It's okay, don't just come looking pretty. Okay. Ni normal hata mimi naona. Lakini Hanemo Sesimasi. Hiki kitu inaitwa acting, hiki kitu inaitwa usanii, si rahisi hivyo. Si rahisi. Si rahisi. I'll talk about the downs and the ups of acting. Okay. Yeah. Si tuende hapo. By the way, unlike hosting a show does not involve any emotion. And it doesn't involve cramming a script. You can internalize it and then you speak as natural as you can. When it comes to acting, however, you've been given a certain script. The character is not you. You can't be yourself. You have to embody another character. And if that character is rude and mean and arrogant, you have to be mean, rude, arrogant. Right? Nothing less. If you have to be a person who's mad, you have to be mad. Nothing less. Okay. Now. So it's not as easy as it looks because you have to say things the way they are on the script. So your cramming power, your retaining power inafaa kuwa poa. You can't punguze miadarati. Ukitumia miadarati unaweza sahau. Anyway. And we are back. Ladies and gents, I want you to understand that Naomi Mburuh ametuambia kuna hardships zenye anataka kuongelea. Yeye mwenyewe amepitia first hand. Hardships when it comes to acting. Nini ulifanyika? I think one of my most difficult moments as an actor is when I started experiencing panic attacks and anxiety attacks in real life. Because of the pressure? Because of the role I was playing at that time. So the thing is, nilikuwa nafanya a role whereby in a whole month nafanya panic attack every day. I'm acting panic attack. Where? So my brain at some point stopped recording that this is acting. This is pretending. It's not. It's not pretending. Sasa this is real life. Where? So one time I'm at the dentist. Akona syringe kwa mdomo. I was okay because my eyes were closed. Niko tu hapo. And then all of a sudden I'm having an anxiety attack. And then the doctor is like, I've not touched you. I'm pretty sure it's not my syringe. What's wrong? And I was in shock. I was confused because I've never experienced anything like that. So when I sat down later, I realized because my character had been playing a sequence where I'm having anxiety and panic attacks.
Yes.
I didn't do something we call derolling.
Derolling, yes.
So unaona hiyo kuderoll nile kujikumbusha by the way huyo ni huyo character. Now Naomi come back to you.
Yes.
But you see when you do something for like a month your brain forgets in pretense inaanza kuregister in real life. So nili battle na anxiety attacks for like a month until I learned how to stabilize my emotions.
Yes.
That was one of the scariest moments in my acting career because it means that I had lost myself in the character. That's not good for an actor.
It is not.
Because unaweza end up no wonder wengine wanakuanga wamechizi wengine it's crazy. So that's one of the I think one of the challenges that I've experienced as an actor.
Yes, and as you say, ni wasanii wengi sana wana struggle now.
Yeah.
But having worked with other big productions, you'll find that in the contract, even once you're done, you actually pay for a derolling session.
Yes. In fact, on the show that I'm currently on, Kina, we have a psychologist on set, a therapist. So she will come and you will speak to her if you have matters that you need to let off your chest, you know, something. They will always advocate for your mental health first, right?
Yes.
Because it's not enough for me to pay you and to it drains you a lot as an actor. So unaingia job 6 a.m. by 6 a.m. uko on set actually unamaliza jioni kabisa and then you don't have time, you don't have a social life, uwezi enda kukimbia huko na mabeshte wako, usahau ulikuwa acting.
Uende ulale uamke.
Uende ulale uamke. In fact, when I started now getting those anxiety attacks, what I did is that I talked to the production nikawambia, hi, you know what, let me take a break. They allowed me, and that time I was the story curve was on me as the character Cindy.
Yes.
So they told me, you know what, just take a break and then you can come back. Nikaenda coast. Nika take a break nikarudi.
Sasa acha niulize. Kina uliingiaje, because most of our viewers here do know you from your current
Kina
your current character.
Right.
Cindy, yes.
So nilimaliza the story for hosting, the budding entrepreneur. I took a break. I was like, I want more. I hosted I produced now an online show called Kaleche Mumo Live and Uncut. Nikamaliza hiyo because I was like, I want to produce TV and film, right? Then when I was contemplating what to do, I did a short film first. Then I started now re-auditioning. Nikaanza sasa kufanya ma-auditions tena. No, I did a short film called Napoli.
Napoli.
Yes.
Napoli.
It's unboxing. Yes. It was by the way that film ili circulate trailer ilitoka tu hivi I think watu wakaanza kuuliza who is this Naomi Mburuh. Then casting directors are now their eyes start to open up towards your name. So I started auditioning. I auditioned for Kina and I forgot about it. Then one time I'm seated, the casting director, Godfrey Ojambo, calls me, tells me, Naomi, you auditioned for this particular role. Now is when we're casting for the role. Could you send a self-tape audition? Self-tape ni ile unajieka camera hapa, maybe kwa stand, and then you do the sides that they sent to you.
Okay.
I auditioned and I got the part, and then I started shooting early 2021.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Sasa kwa hizi stories zote inaonekana yani ni kama vitu zinaenda tu pa. Okay, kama si yuko kazi najitafutia kazi. Kama najitengenezea kazi yangu.
Yes.
Haya, kazi ikikuja tunaendelea kufanya.
Yes.
And all that. Sasa hii ukifanya Napoli, you are producing it, right? So what goes around production? Sasa as a producer, what really goes around it? What is needed? Part gani you play when it comes to film ama TV as a producer?
Right. So basically what a producer does, they organize how the output will be seen. I'll come organize the logistics, that includes the transport, the payments, the money. I'll organize the payments and money, same. The crew, I'll look for the crew members, I'll look for the equipment, I'll look for the drivers, I'll look for the actors, the director, everything, including the story. So how Napunyi came about is I had left Tahidi, I had left Kale Chemumo Live and Uncut, I had left the budding entrepreneur, so I have nothing to do. And for that period, nilikuwa a bit, let me say down, not depressed, nilikuwa down sana.
Kama Sanii, kuna kale
Kuna the down times, zinakuanga mbaya sana. So I'm asking myself, so what can I do? I speak to one of my friends and they tell me, you know what, Naomi, you're good with business and you have acting,
experiences and skills. Yeah,
yes, you're good at both. So what can you do combined? I was like, oh, I could actually produce my own things. Like, okay, so what do you need? I'm like, I would need a laptop, I would need a script. So I looked for a script. The director for Napunyi, his name is Biko Nyongesa, came and pitched 3 stories. Then I selected Napunyi because I liked Napunyi more than any other story. Right. So he comes and he pitches, I pick Napunyi, I borrow a laptop from a friend. I start working on proposals and pitch deck.
Haukuwa na laptop uliomba?
Sikuwa na laptop.
Uliomba?
Mse hiyo time una struggle, unatoa wapi laptop?
Kidogo, wewe umengoja laptop ndio uanze kazi.
Niliomba.
Iza man.
Niliuliza mse, unaweza nisaidia laptop yako for 2 weeks. Niandike proposal alafu niitumie kupitch. Alafu nitakurudishia. And I remember I went to many companies, but I walked into a specific company called Motorhub, Kiambu Road. Yes. It's a car sales yard. Now they have service center. I told him, this is how much I'm looking for. This is how much I've raised in kind. And he told me, okay, I'll give you money. Will money help you? I was like, I'm looking for money, not after pesa.
Niyo tu. Achana na story ingine yote.
Thank you.
Nataka tu pesa.
And I remember, in fact, we went to pitch with my director, Biko Nyongesa. Tukiwa tumeketi hapo, the CEO, his name is Eddie. He tells us, sawa, I'll sponsor you, I'll give you the money, bora tu mtuweke product placement. Ile mneka tu kitu hapo, alitupatia calendar. Napunyi had a scene where there was a calendar and the lady was marking. So hiyo kalenda imeandikwa tu hapo Moto Hub.
So msiuze magari.
Hakuna kuuza magari. It's the marketing for him, right? Yes. So he gives us the money. Tukatoka. You know, we are behaving with decorum. Wewe utaki kuonekana uko na mashida. Tukatoka kwa barabara kupanda mat. Karibu tulie. I think we only had each person 50 bob ya kukufikisha home.
So the same day mlipitch, the same day mlipata do.
Tulipata funding.
Nice.
Unatoka hapo unasikia kulia. Then nikapata a bit more confidence. I was like, kama nimepata pesa hapo kuna mahali kwingine naweza pata. I go direct to film studios. I know nobody. Hata hawanijui.
Hakutambui.
Wewe ni nani, madam? They don't know you. But the lady, I found a lady there, her name was Betty, and she was very gracious to me. And she was like, I really like your film, and I like the zeal and the passion you have. We'll give you equipment for free. Film studios. Na mimi nilishtuka.
Hakuna.
Si uongo.
Mnapewa tu bure, sikujui lakini I believe in you and that's really what you guys
They took a chance on me. By the way, ni favor. I'm telling you, there's nothing special I did. Na hiyo time sikuwa najua the ropes of producing. I didn't even know unajua ile language yenye watu wanatumia kwa biashara. I didn't know that language. I came to study producing later.
Yeah. But you were prepared.
I was prepared. I wrote the business proposal, the best I knew how to, from my campus knowledge, ile ya business, right? That's why I told you, I'll tell you how business played out for me when it comes to Sanii. But later on now, when I went to producing school, I learned that now the way you write proposals for movies is different from the way you write proposals for business. Yeah. So your time nika proposal, I went. After I got I got equipment from film studios, I told the director, you know what, we're ready to shoot. Nikaambia ma actors, do ikikam, partner with me, do ikikam tutawalipa.
So hii time yote ulikuwa umefanya auditions?
Tumefanya auditions, get the people to be acting in, get the crew. In fact, crew, let me tell you, some of the crew members in Kenya, waliniambia, you know what, I really believe in your work. Like there's a guy called Victor Mbogo, he was our cinematographer. He told me, I believe in your work. I will help you with the film. I'll get you the camera, I'll get you the gear. Those things are expensive to hire. Just come, we shoot. Nice. I went to Machakos Boys High School, Machakos. I asked them if I can shoot from their school. They said yes. I talked to the principal. I think we don't get because we don't ask.
We don't ask.
Because I remember he was very good to me as well. This is my first encounter as a solo producer.
Na ni uoga na
nile tu uoga.
Sasa na nikikataa nini?
Hiyo time sasa nilikuwa na confidence kidogo because nimepata film studios sasa wameshanipatia equipment, Moto Hub Kiambu Road wamenipatia funding. Niko tu hapo sasa niko ready now, nimepata a bit of confidence na pesa kidogo. Nikamwambia beshte yangu naweza kuwekea gari mafuta unipeleke Machakos. Ndio pia usiende unakaa fani umeshuka mat Machakos. Unaenda kuongea na principal.
Ni nani?
You know, who is this girl? Oh, no, Akorawa. And you're a young girl. Yes. I mean, I was what? I think I was 22, 23.
23.
I think I was very young.
Yo, producing at 23.
Hey! Nilikuwa tu sijui niko aje.
You're never too young, you're never too old.
You're never too old.
Yes.
So what I did now, I talked to the principal. I can say so many people, like there were so many people who came in to help us, right? And also Lick akaenda akastudy color grading, akakuja akatufanyia for free.
And also Lick.
You know, I didn't have an editor. I didn't have someone for color grading for movies. Enos akaniambia, I have my editor, his name is Rango. Don't worry about paying him. I'll talk to him. You can come to my office at any time. That time alikuwa naenda States kusoma color grading. Akaenda States, akasoma color grading. Akarudi. Akaniambia, if you have waited, then you uko na haja.
Uko na haja. Sini wacha nikaa.
Haja uko nayo.
Nimesoma.
Let me apply on your film. And let me tell you, it was ilitokea poa sana.
Yes.
By the time tulikuwa tuna release trailer ya Napunyi, everybody was like, wow. Wow, that's your first project, then you've set the bar too high even for yourself.
Watu wataona wapi Napunyi?
Napunyi is on My Movies Africa, it's on Vumi Central, and the trailer, to be specific, is on my YouTube channel, Naomi Mburuh. Yeah, but it's on those pay TV channels.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Aya, tuendelee Napunyi ndio umepiga.
So nika produce Napunyi, then nikaingia then after producing Napunyi, Nikumutuma sees it. He's like, I've heard of this girl as a producer and I want a producer for a TV show called The Next Superstar.
Yes.
Maybe I can call her. Yeah, Star Times. So tukaenda tukaproduce. Sasa nimeingia place hata mimi mwenyewe nashanga, what are you talking about? Right?
Yes.
So I can say we both didn't know much on TV production, but I remember when I was doing Kaleche Mumo Live and Uncut, she would bring trainers from CNN. Kaleche has a big network.
Yes.
Wana to train. So I remember I had a bit of knowledge, right? Remember hii time yote mimi sijaenda shule kusomea producing. I'm winging it, right? So nikaenda nikafanya The Next Superstar. It was a reality TV show for actors whereby they compete. We had judges, we had Raymond Ofula, Biko, Peter Kamau, and Naomi Mburuh. Yes. Sarah Teshna was our host. Like, even me, I could not believe my eyes that I'm there. Then shortly after, so the person who was supposed, the top three, the people who were supposed to win, the actors, they were supposed to be now in a professional set for movies so that they can experience what it is to shoot on a real life set, on a movie set, right? We finished, so since we finished The Next Superstar, then now we did Sincerely Daisy as a movie. Now that's the project that they would get on to be actors on a real movie set.
So it was like the show itself.
Ukishinda unakuwa kwa movie as major characters.
Nice.
So we shot, in fact, when we were shooting Sincerely Daisy, Sincerely Daisy is on Netflix. When we were shooting it, we were shooting it just for our Star Times audience. It wasn't going to be on Netflix.
International audience.
Then now Netflix is getting into Kenya. It so happened that hiyo mwaka tulikuwa tuna release. So nili release trailer ya Napunyi, then the next week nika release trailer ya Sincerely Daisy. Immediately to me release those two trailers. I remember it created such a buzz in the Kenyan industry that people started asking, Naomi Mburuh ni nani? You know, ume-release two vitu, umetoka ku-release The Next Superstar, ume-release Sincerely Daisy, ume-release Napunyi.
Na sasa Netflix ndio hii sasa tena.
Netflix saw the trailer and you know, they were looking for something that they can wanaweza anzisha nayo industry ya Kenya. So our film was the first feature film to be on. There was a short film prior, Pocha, but then there was now no movie from Kenya. Tulikuwa wa kwanza. So when Nick called me and told me, hey mama, tunapatiwa Netflix, I was like, let's do it. Twende. Nice. It doesn't harm anybody.
Yes, it doesn't.
So for me, let me say it's favor. I didn't say ati nilienda nikatafuta Netflix wenyewe. It was just I put in the work.
Yes.
And then God did the rest. You know, ni kujituma tu unafanya. Then after that now I'm on Kina. Yes. Bado nafanya Kina. Tukirelease hizo zote by the way bado nilikuwa nafanya Kina. So nikimaliza Kina naenda home naanza kufanya kazi ya producing. Nilikuwa nalala 4 hours a day maximum. Hiyo ni ile nimelala poa. Hiyo nasikia nimetosheka na usingizi.
Hebu akumbushe tena hii kitu si rahisi.
Si rahisi by the way.
Hebu akumbushe.
Yeah, si rahisi.
You have to put in the work. Yes. You have to put in the work.
But then again now when I was on Kina, I realized yes, I'm on Kina. It's a big production. We have several units shooting concurrently.
Yes.
Kuna unit 1 inashoot huku, kuna unit 2 inashoot huku. It's a big set, right? And I'm like, I want to get there. Nataka kufika kwa that big set.
Ndio ile goal.
Na labda hata nikifika hapo now I want to be, yes, you know. Na nikifika hapo sasa nataka kukua better.
Yes.
So what I did is that now I started applying for short courses online on producing. Then I got one sponsored by the German government. It's called Some Fine Day Pics. So I started learning. I had a good mentor. His name is Tendeka Matatu. He's a South African. I learned so much. That guy has a film that went to the Oscars. So me niko tu hapo, I'm learning and learning and learning. I am absorbing everything.
Yes.
I realized you can never stop learning because someone could have easily assumed, okay, you've produced Napoli, you've produced Sincerely Daisy, you've produced the next superstar. Are you telling me you know nothing? But when I started doing the classes, I realized I know nothing.
Yes.
So I had to up my game. Naanza ku learn how to do the legal work of film, contracts, how do you speak to writers, how do you acquire the script and the rights to the script and the stories. It's so much. The business side. Tukafunzwa production accounting. I thought mimi nilikuwa nimemaliza stories za Mao, campus. I didn't know anything. Nafunzwa stories za accounting, nafunzwa stories za, I was like, hey, producing is it?
Bado unataka kuwa producer?
Wow.
Sure. Yes, you are. You have to do it. This is what you want.
But I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So they taught me that. They taught me reconciliation. These are my documents. Like, it's a lot of work.
Ndio commercialization.
So it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of office work. So people see the entertainment part. The movie ikitokea Netflix, wow, that's a good movie. But they don't see the behind the scenes. Mali unafanya the paperwork, balancing the documents, uko hapo kwa my Excel sheets kwa computer all the time. Unaongea na watu na negotiate my deals, unamwambia hii equipment haiwezi, inaweza, so many other aspects of production.
Nice.
And so I took time to learn. Then when I learned, nikashoot a short film, another one, on postpartum depression.
Okay.
As an associate producer. But now I'm working on a feature film and another short film. And I don't think I'll stop working. So many other things that are coming.
Hebu akumbushe tena sio rahisi.
Sio rahisi.
And I see that the goal is to keep learning.
Yes, the goal is to keep learning.
Yes.
You keep growing. Kasa inaona there's so many AI tools available. I'm like, in the next couple of years, these AI tools will have replaced a few things. Why not learn now, right?
Okay. Bado tunaendelea na Naomi Mburuh. Na Naomi Mburuh anasema struggles za msanii, akaamua kuwa producer. Sasa mbona uliamua kuwa producer?
I think one of the reasons is that I love business and I like organization. And so nikipata place haiko as organized, nataka kuiorganize. So basically one of the things that a producer does is to run the operations of something, right?
Yes.
But other than loving business, I am tired of waiting for opportunities from others. You know.
You're tired of sending in auditions.
Working on someone else's timeline.
Okay.
I want to create the opportunities for myself,
For yourself,
but also for other people, right?
And as a producer right now, is there anything you're willing to change in the industry of acting and arts itself?
Yes. I think one of the things is just give everyone a fair chance. Everyone a fair chance.
It's not about experience.
There's a time I auditioned for a major TV show, and then I missed the role because I didn't have enough following.
Ati?
Waliniambia, by the way, your socials hauna following.
Na ni hii following kwanza ni yenye tunaona saizi build up.
Yes, I was at 45K.
Nah, it's not enough.
That wasn't enough for them.
Hey.
I was like, oh, that stings. So it's not my talent.
It's not my acting that's bad.
And in a sense, I kind of understand, but I don't understand as well. It's confusing to me because you also want to market your show as a producer. And one of the ways is to have someone who's credible and mtu mwenye watu wanajua, right? It's one of it's one of the ways you attach value to your product.
Okay.
So people are like, oh, Ketako kwa hii movie, wacha ni watch. We have the same habit because even movies from Hollywood, we say, oh, this is a Denzel movie, I'll watch it.
Watch it. Yes.
But if you hear this is someone you've never, Gonzalez. Gonzalez ni nani? Sijui huyo ni nani? You know, Gonzalez, what does that sound, right?
Yes.
So I kind of understand them, but I also don't as an actor. As a producer, I do. Because I don't know.
Kuna mali namba zake zinafaa kupelekana.
Exactly. Because I'm also looking at, I'm a business person when I'm a producer. So I'm looking for something that will market, someone that will market my show.
Yes.
So I felt really bad and I was like, okay, I can't always wait for people to create an opportunity for me. They have what it takes and I also do have what it takes.
And you've done this before.
And I've done this before. Yes. So
and amazingly successful in your own kind of way. Yani, bado uli gain.
It's not a small feat, right?
Yes.
And so I'm like, it's okay. I can also do other things, right? Ile siku maybe another acting role itakuja too. That doesn't mean that you stop auditioning. As I was saying, as late as yesterday, I sent in an audition. You know, you're never too big to audition. Hapo ndio actors wa Kenya wanakosea. You're never too big to audition, by the way.
Atimeni big time.
Hakuna big time.
Watanitafuta.
Na by the way kuna watu hawatambui wewe ni big time. So humble yourself.
And this is the kind of producing you want to work with.
That's the kind of, yes.
Ndio unataka kufanya. Kila mtu mtaratara.
Like, yeah.
Twende hivi.
Give everybody an equal opportunity or an equal chance unless the character that you're looking for is tailor-made for that specific person, and they have specific qualities that you know for sure you can't get in another actor.
Okay.
But there's nothing like that. You can always get, as long as someone is an actor, you can always get them to do, as long as they're an actor, you can always get them to do that character.
All right. So,
you know,
sasa saizi, as a producer right now, so maybe kuna mtu hapa anataka kucheki show, anataka kujoin, ako like, I want to work under Naomi. Sasa Naomi nitampata aje? So
one of the things that tunafanyanga as producers, we don't post the sinalipa casting director.
Casting director
na hiyo ndio kazi yake.
If
you do follow casting directors in Kenya, una follow, of course, akipost casting calls, even me, I'll repost on my pages. And I think I was telling you off camera that even when you go to my page right now, you will see there's a casting call that I saw and I shared because I want many people to also get the opportunity to showcase their talent. And I realized that we have a broad pool of talent. We have so many people who are talented.
Yes.
So many young people who are very talented. So the opportunities are there. Are you looking in the right places? Are you looking well enough? Unajituma, unapost, ukienda kwa page yangu utapata monologues online. Unapost tu monologues ndio tuone kenye unafanya. Nikikuja kwa page yako tu labda ni food and nini, nitajuaje wewe ni actor? I need to know you're an actor. Nikienda pale unajiita JK Jontes 254.
Yeah.
I don't even know your real name.
Yes.
I use Naomi Mburuh across all my social media platforms. How you present yourself online is how others will see you.
Will see you, yes.
Sindio?
Yes, kweli.
So you go there, when you go to my profile, you will see I'm an actor, I'm a producer. You will see the links to all my work.
Yes.
Utaona moja iko Sincerely Daisy iko Netflix, utaona Vumi Central Napuni, My Movies Africa Napuni. You will see. You will, it's visible.
So kuna venye pia unajibrand.
Unajibrand. And then hapo mbele unaona kuna like my pinned posts.
Yes.
Ni behind the scenes nikishoot, ni monologues. So I'm not just posting because I like lifestyle as well. I post lifestyle content, but I'm not just posting that. I'm also posting monologues for people to see that. By the way, this girl is an actor. I'm also posting my work, posters and trailers of things that I've produced. This girl is a producer, right? So, okay, if you take your brand seriously, post online, vizuri, follow people who post the auditions, be in casting calls groups. I'm in casting call groups. Zenye maybe casting directors wametengeneza. Then unaona auditions, una curate tu, unaangalia hii inaweza audition. Hii hapana. Na
swali lingine nitauliza sasa, kuna huyu msanii mwenye na audition for everything. Do I audition for everything? No. Ama I should actually look for what I am close to doing?
Be specific with your auditions. Don't just go everywhere because don't go everywhere. One of the things that one of my mentors, Catherine Wamoyo, taught me is, Naomi, do not be too available for too many things.
Yes.
Because then it seems like you don't know what you want.
Utaharibikiwa pia.
Like for example, sasa mimi najua it's difficult for me to kiss on TV or to have sex on TV, like to have sex scenes on TV, just purely because of my personal beliefs. So nikiona hiyo character wanafaa kukua in that regard, I'd probably ask, is it necessary for me to kiss or have sex on TV? If it's necessary for the role and it's building the story, najitoa. But if it's not necessary and they are willing to compromise, there's many ways of showing intimacy, we can go ahead, right? So you don't just take anything, you don't just audition for anything. Be specific with what you want. Do you want to do extra roles? You can do that for the rest of your life, by the way, unapologetically.
Na bado wanalipwa.
Na utalipwa, you know, do you want to do a supporting character? Do you want to do a major character? And you see, one of the things that maybe our young actors don't have is the zeal to train. Haita kucost much kuchukua class ya Melissa Kiplagat ya Thao. Unaenda unafanywa coaching. By the time unaenda kufanya another audition with a monologue,
kuna difference.
Director anakuangalia anasema umekuwa wapi? Na sasa hiyo umekuwa audition, but there's something that has changed because you've sharpened your skill.
Yes.
It's not so much about the number of auditions you do. It's so much about the skill and the value that you add to the production. What are you bringing to the table?
Nice.
Is it good talent? When I look at you, do I know that my production is safe? Can I trust you with that character? You know? Okay. So, see ile tu na audition for anything na everything. So, follow casting directors online, get into casting call groups, do master classes online if you can, and in person. Look at the actors that are in Kenya already doing something on TV. Most of them always do something.
Yes.
You know? Can you do the same?
Unafaa kunaonekana.
Can you do the same?
Yes, yes.
Fanya tu kitu. Fanya tu kitu tukuone.
Asante sasa Naomi, can you tell us how the future is like? I hope you guys are being inspired as I am right now. Future actors, actresses out there, young talent, fresh, old and new. I hope you guys mna learn a few tricks here and there. You know. Sasa, what's the future like for you, Naomi?
The future. You want the near future or the later future?
Venye unakaona hivi.
Of course, I don't stop acting. I continue with my acting career. I don't think I'll ever stop acting. Acting is timeless. Hata nikikuwa 90 kutakuwa na role yangu ya nikikuwa 90, right?
Nice.
So I will not stop acting.
Yes.
I have just finished training as a producer, like I told you. I sat under a mentor. His name is Tendeka Matatu. I learned most things about producing. I went to a master class with a group called DocuBox. It's a documentary non-profit organization that helps people, filmmakers, to hone their skills, to sharpen their skills.
Nice.
So immediately after I trained with Tendeka, I also went and trained a little bit, did a couple of days of workshop.
Yani bado tu unasoma tu.
Lazima usome, lazima ugrow.
Kweli.
Then after that I shot a short film. Then I'm doing another short film. I'm doing 2 feature films.
Nice.
And probably a limited TV series.
Okay.
So in the next couple of 2-3 years to 4 years nitakuwa bumper to bumper.
Tuende tukiangalia pale producer
so
Naomi Mburuh.
acting, producing at the same time concurrently. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I've been preparing for 2 years. In those 2 years I prepared, so on my slate board as a producer, I have 2 short films, I have 2 feature films and 1 limited series.
Watch out.
That's my slate board as a producer. Then
Right
now I, as an actor, keep doing. I also act in my own things. Nikifanya short film, an extra role there. If there is a need for a receptionist, unaingia tu unafanya. Unalipwa, by the way.
Ni kweli,
it doesn't matter if it's your production.
You've done the math.
I'm the actor.
Umefanya hesabu.
If there was another actor, wouldn't si wangelipwa pia. Hata mimi nilipe. Naenda kwa accountant namwambia mbona hujanilipa? Namtumia invoice ya huyo character. Mbona hujalipa huyo character? Naambia madam, huyo ni wewe. Namwambia the company might be mine, but I mean I acted. Pay me for my services.
So you sign your own check.
I sign. Sana ni accountant ana sign. Ana sign the release of the money.
Nice.
But yeah, you give yourself, put yourself out there, give yourself those chances. Hakuna mtu atakuchapa.
Sasa Naomi, utatumaliziaje hisho? Unataka kutuambiaje?
What can I say? There's something that I learned a while back in keeping you on my toes. Opportunity will always be there, but will it meet preparation when it knocks at your door?
Opportunity will always be there, but will it meet preparation when it knocks
at your door? Najua, there's a lot of inconsistency kwa industry yetu. This year you have work, next year you don't have. So that leads to also inconsistency in your paycheck.
Yes.
Right? But your time you're down season, what are you doing? Are you preparing yourself? Are you training? Are you, niko na mabeshte wenye down season yao walichukua hiyo time waka train their bodies. Now they do stunts. Na watu wa stunts hawakukuwa wengi Kenya. Right? So in your down season, find something that you can sharpen that skill. Find a skill that you can sharpen. And then by the time an opportunity knocks at your door, you're prepared. Sai mtu akiniambia ni produce film tutapeleka Oscars, I believe hakuna kitu inaweza ni stop. Because I've been preparing. So when that opportunity comes, by the way, I am ready.
Kama ni French walikuwa wanataka ni learn hiyo French.
Kama ni
acrobats mlikuwa mnataka,
ndio mimi huyu nacheza na moto here and there.
Kama mlikuwa nataka sign language interpreter ni learn.
So always prepare for your opportunity, for that moment.
Amazing.
Always prepare for that moment. Usiwahi kaa tu unakaa
una relax.
Hata si ku relax, unajihurumia, unaanza kusema things are not working out. Hakuna kazi. Nini. We understand. Sometimes there's down seasons. But I'm not downplaying down seasons because I've been in the down seasons. I've been in those moments. But in those moments, that's the time I used to read the most. I'd wake up, someone asks me, what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm busy, I'm reading. What are you doing? I'm busy, I'm meeting so and so. I'm busy, and you can't see. Oko idol. And you can't see work in the near future. It's difficult because it's a place where you have to encourage yourself mentally. Hakuna mtu atakuwa hapo akupush, akwambie fanya hivi.
Chumna kubembeleza
Hapana, hakuna mtu atakupush. Ni wewe and some days will be very hard. You will cry your eyes out. But you have to wake up and tell yourself. So what I normally do in down seasons, and I don't feel like doing anything, I wake up and make my bed. First thing, make my bed. nikitengeneza hiyo kitanda nitasikia vibaya sana
Kurudi.
Nitasikia vibaya
Hawezi lala
sana.
tena.
So I make my bed and then I push myself to shower. Hata kama ni 5 am na hiyo ndio time usingizi ilisha. Naenda naoga.
Yaani unataka kujipea tu shughuli
Nakaa chini nasoma. If you don't have anything else to do, read. Reading and growing your skill is the easiest way to navigate down season.
So isi time ati ya dating, ati sijui nini, ka lunch date hapa na pale.
Kudate tunaweza date. Sijakataza watu kudate.
Lakini
but let your down seasons be meaningful.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Kama hujui kuongea poa, learn how to communicate. Some of those things online, read out loud in your house, do monologues
and most
online.
of these things are free.
They are free.
You'll find them on the internet. Free.
Sahi, we have a wide range of information online. Read.
Yeah.
Acquire the things that you want to acquire.
Nice.
Ziko, iko readily available. So, opportunities will always be there. But when they knock at your door, will they find you prepared?
Yes.
It's called the Chronos moment.
The Chronos moment.
Chronos moment. Opportunity meets preparation.
Okay. Okay, sasa we could go on and on.
Yes.
We could go on and on, but we have come to the end of our show today. That has been Naomi Mburuh, and thank you again for being here. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to have you in our platform.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sindio?
Thank you.
So tunaweza ambia tu kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Adios.
Adios.
Muchachos. Dayo.